I suck at building in Minecraft, so I decided to do something about it. And luckily, Mojang had the perfect thing. 2 books for $16 that would teach me how to build. The books are made for people in creative, but today I'm in survival and I have nothing. So we gotta get some stuff. First I got some tools, then I got some iron, and then I captured 2 helpless axolotls. And lastly, I found a few diamonds. And with all this, I decided to be a good time to look through the book for a build. Alright, let's see. A unicorn? Nah. Rainbow stables? Maybe. A fairy trios? Definitely not. It's almost like this book was made for kids and not for me. Wait, a rocket ship? Let's get to work. Alright, so the book shows that we need cauldrons, blocks of iron, and an iron trap door, which is a lot of iron, so I decided to make an iron golem farm. First, we need some stone. Alright, that's probably enough stone. Now we just need to find a village. Alright, let's kidnap some villagers. There's one, just need 2 more. There's 2, and there's 3. And after I kidnapped them, I mean moved them, I built where they'd live the rest of their lives. With the base done, it was time to move some villagers. Come on, get in there. Alright, there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Alright, now let's finish the rest. Alright, there's the first layer, now we just do the second. Now we just add signs and water, and we're good. Just finished the collection areas, so I'm gonna let it run for a few hours, and then I'll be back. So let's check what we got. Everyone dying right now. Damn! Alright, I'm gonna move some of this iron and start getting the concrete. Alright, so we just need some dye, and some sand, and then a little bit of gravel, and I think we're good. Now that we have everything, we can start building. The first thing it says to do is construct the base, and I think right here is a good place to do it. Just need to place a few cauldrons, and then some iron, and finally a ladder and a trapdoor. Next we just have to build the shaft, which consists of gray and orange concrete, a little bit of iron, and a little bit of stone. Next we need to add legs, and done. Now all we need is a nice tip, which is just a little bit of iron, concrete, and trapdoors. With my freshly erected rocket, I realized I needed a home, so I looked through the book and found this nice fishing shack. The first thing I need to do is collect all the materials. First I made this farm for the hay bales on the roof. Then I traveled to a nearby spruce forest to get all the wood I needed for the build. Then I collected some flowers, even though I had hundreds in my iron golem farm that I forgot about. I then grabbed some of the gravel and sand from earlier and crafted the red concrete. With the majority of the materials, I started the build. The book told me to mark the places in between the cobblestone with green wool, but I didn't have any, so I used dirt. With the base down, it was time to add the stilts that would hold up the rest of the fishing shack. I placed down the stilts and then it was time to build the floor. I first built the outline on the floor and then filled in the rest. Next, I figured if I'm gonna live here, I needed some walls. So I grabbed some of my concrete and I started building. The book had some windows, so I occasionally left some openings in the wall. Then to finish the walls, I added the arches on the sides. Now it was time to add a porch and a staircase to get up. First I built the staircase, then I made the porch, and then I had railings so I don't fall off. I just needed to build the roof, so I slept. Then I went and found some andesite and stole some hay bales from the local village. Alright, so I'm doing the andesite side first. Just need to place a couple blocks here and there, and alright, done with the andesite. Now, I just gotta finish the roof with the hay bales. Just gotta place them sideways here, over here, and we have finished the roof. Now the book suggests a couple interior decorations, so I got to work. First I moved my bed upstairs to really make it a home. Then I added a chimney and a fireplace, then a few chests and a place to sit. Now it just needs a few more details and we're done. Now with this being a fishing shack, I figured I should catch a fish. With my new home built, I decided I wanted some cake to celebrate, but I had no eggs. Luckily, the book had just the thing. A chicken coop that was pretty cheap and would produce eggs fast. First, I lured chickens away from their families into their new permanent residence. Then I got the main blocks for the build, acacia wood, spruce wood, and a little bit of andesite. I then laid out the corners of the build and placed the initial hoppers. It was now time to build the outline of the floor, and then fill it in with acacia wood here, here, and done. Now I place the hoppers that will collect these chickens' entire future bloodlines. Then I started construction on the walls, first placing the logs and then stripping them. I then added detail like placing carpet, some hay bales, and a couple trapdoors. Now I just have to finish up the walls, placing the blocks here, over here, and we are done. The book then says to build the roof using andesite stairs, andesite slabs, dark oak slabs, and dark oak stairs. I first started with the andesite stairs and slabs, which layered the outside of the roof. I then filled in the rest of the roof with the spruce stairs and slabs. Then I added the stairs that lead up to the chicken coop. After that, I placed the fences so that the chickens could never escape. Then to make them a little more comfortable about their circumstances, I added a path and placed a little bit of bone meal. Now my newly acquired chicken children, all I needed was to milk a cow and get some wheat from my farm. Finally, with all these ingredients, I was able to make the cake and celebrate my new house. Now with that build completed, I decided it was time to build a boat so I could explore my world. First, I needed to collect the materials, but some of the materials were in the nether, so I needed to get obsidian for a portal. And finally, after looking in the caves for a little too long, I found a lava pool that I could turn into obsidian. And after mining it, I was finally ready to go to the nether. Once in the nether, I mined these bones to make white dye so I could make the white concrete. Then after a little scuffle with this ghast, I found some glowstone and mined some nether brick. Now with all these materials gathered, I started the build. I first made the base, which consisted of gray and white concrete. Then I realized my boat was flooded, so I had to remove the water. After removing the minor flooding, the book told me to expand the boat a little bit. And so I placed the blocks here, then there, and now here. Next, the book said to construct the railing of the boat, which consists of nether brick and red concrete. I then placed some red blocks in the center and a lever that the book calls a steering device. I then found some lapis lazuli, which was needed for the windows. After crafting the rest of the materials up, I was ready to start the main cabin of the build. So I just placed these blocks here, and then I filled in the roof, and then added some details to the cockpit. Next, I added these doors and these buttons, and then I got stuck inside. Next, the boat had me add these steam stacks. Alright, so they just go right here. Alright, and now I just gotta build them up, and that's good. Now the book just shows tiny details like these trapdoors that go here, 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 and here. Now all that's left on the outside of the boat is the paddle wheel in the back, which was just a couple iron blocks and stairs, which were kind of a pain to place. And with the paddle finished, the build was done, and I could finally sail away. Wait a minute, it doesn't move.